It all started 5 years ago. A Jaeger Corps someone had hired took this place over out of nowhere. By the way, how much do you remember that day? Just so I know. I just remember a group of men in black forcing their way through the gate and charging in here. I tied everyone up, took the matron on my second floor, and then... Next thing you know, you're in a bed in a hospital in town, right? After which you found out that Rafina and I had come to rescue everyone. And that she had died in the process. About it, right? What happened? All I heard was of a work of someone who opposed the church. But I haven't had a chance to meet you since then. So let's ask you about it. I've tried asking Instructor Cellmate, but she wouldn't say a word. Doesn't surprise me. The Gralsritter commander can't admit this orphanage was being used as a smokescreen for an artifact she needed sealing away. What? Here we go. A secret passage? Wait, there's an artifact here, you don't mean... Yep. Below here is a primal ground used to seal away artifacts. Just like one at the Grancel Cathedral. I'm sure you remember, the day it all happened, Rafina and I were due to come back here for the first time in a while. We were both coming from different places, so we sent. So we wanted to meet up in town and come the rest of the way together. When the train was delayed, leaving me in town to wait for her alone. And then I got word of what happened. All I could think of was that you and the other kids were in danger, so I decided to try and take out the Jaegers here alone. We weren't all experienced, so fighting it wasn't even hard for a squire like me. Before long, I was able to disable them and free the matron and the other kid. That's what I thought. You were nowhere to be seen. As for the kids where you were, they told me one of the Jaegers taken you somewhere else. Looked frantically all over trying to find you before eventually stumbling across this place. As for how, you remember how you didn't have your ribbon in your hair when you woke up? I do. Why'd I have to do anything? Found a ribbon in front of a secret passage we'd just gone through. There were new footprints near it too. Made it easy to find the entrance. Anyway, after getting in here, I made my way down with the staircase in pursuit of a Jaeger. They're taking you. Hey Ries, do you remember what it was like back when you first met me? I was still young at the time, but it's as fresh as it was only yesterday. You looked like you'd been swallowed by blackness, like there wasn't a single thread of hope bound to you. It was scary. I kept wondering what must have happened. You must have seen to make you end up that way. Huh, what must have happened to me, huh? It really seemed like she knew. Before I met you, I killed my mum. Huh? Maybe killed isn't the right expression. It's not like I directly did it. I still let her die though. Still got a responsibility of what happened. Growing up, it was basically me and my mum for the most part. My father showed his face from time to time, but not that much. From what I understand, he had another family elsewhere. But even without him, she did her best to look after me on her own. Kids in my neighbourhood used to make fun of me, how I talked, what I got from her. I just beat him up most of the time. She was always kind, loving, kept cooking. Yeah, I thought the world of her. When I was 7, my father, who had all the money in the world, chose to abandon her. Best of times, she was always a frail person. After that, she grew more and more despondent. Tried everything as a kid to do to cheer up. Nothing I did worked. During one winter's day, when she must have had finally enough, she came over while I was sleeping and tried to strangle me. I'm sorry, Kevin. I failed as your mother. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. At least this way. At least this way. The two of us can... Guess she figured that if she was both going to suffer, we might as well take the easy way out as a family. But I wouldn't let her take me with her. Before I knew what I was doing, I'd pushed her aside and ran barefoot out into the snow. I wandered around for a while after that. I couldn't understand what happened. Eventually I could feel myself getting hungry. Thought well, maybe she'd been able to clear her head. Made my way back home, nervousness as could be. And... I'm sorry for making listen to all of this. Still, I think that's probably when it happened. When my stigma was carved into me. What? What is this place? Who would have thought a place like this existed in the North Ridge? This is where I finally caught up to the Jaeger who had you with him. He probably didn't think anyone was going to come after him. The second he saw me, he panicked, and putting his gun down, he ran over his pedestal right in front of us. On the artifact, which is required sealing away, I mentioned it earlier, the Spear of Loa. What's a Spear of Loa? A malignant spear that transforms the body of its wielder into that of a monster. It's hard to believe something like that could only be a gift from a goddess, right? In any case, according to Jaeger, grabbed it and used it. I didn't stand a chance. Much as I tried, wasn't matching a human monster before me. He knocked me to the ground and then went to raise the spear against the still unconscious you. So it took. My stigma drew a spear's power from it into itself and blasted it magnified countless times into the Jaeger's body. The result wasn't even a battle. Our precious home had become a slaughterhouse. By the end he wasn't even recognisable, just thousands of lumps of flesh strewn all over the floor. After defeating him, my stigma's power was still coursing through my body. I never experienced anything like that before. I lost complete control of myself. At this point, Rufina arrived and she seemed to understand exactly what had happened. Using a bowgun and Templar sword, she was able to separate me from you and prevent me from doing you any harm. And then... when I returned to my senses, I was in her arms, dumbfounded. My body was full of holes all over, but she hugged me as tightly as she could. And she drew her last breath. No. There it is, the truth you wanted. It wasn't what I couldn't say, Rufina. I was the one who killed her. My own hands right in front of you. But you didn't. I didn't want to, maybe not. That's just an excuse. If I'd been able to control my stigma's power instead of letting it consume me and fill me with bloodlust, it wouldn't have happened. If I wasn't so weak, I should still be alive today. That's not all either. Looking at her standing before me at that moment, she reminded me of my mother. She reminded me of my mum when she came to strangle me. Suddenly I was feeling betrayal welled up inside of me, the desire for revenge, so I filled her full of spears. I loved them both, I wanted to protect them both. And what did I do? I killed them both. Me. But why? Why did you? Why did I what? Why didn't you tell me this before? 5 years. And this is the first time you're telling me it? Sorry, I know I should have done it earlier. But now I have, and I'm ready for consequences. So go on. You want to avenge her? Do it. If anything, it would make me happy if you did. You're so stupid. What are you... You think I want to avenge her? That's not why I'm angry at all. Just why have you shouldered a burden that great all this time on your own? We're family, Kevin. Why did you ever talk to me? Why didn't you let me hug you? Why didn't you let me do anything to help you? Reese. Finally understand. I always thought you were hunting down heretics as some kind of atonement. But that's not it at all, is it? Go on, Reese. I finally understand. You don't want to atone for anything. You don't want to get rid of your sense of guilt at all. You... That's right. He wants to be punished for what he did. Hello, Rufina. Oh. Swiss is a Lord of Phantasma. So, that's what I look like, huh? Ha! Yeah, my congratulations on making it this far. Beyond here is the 7th plane, a place of my birth, and the foundation of all planes hereafter. I thought so. And judging by how we have to go through here to get there, I was right, wasn't I? I don't know what. Allow me to ask you once again. So, Kevin Graham, do you really want to see the face underneath this mask? Damn right I do. Time to take that creepy masking off and show you who you really are. Ries Argent. Ha, with pleasure. Rufina? I've missed you dearly, Ries. That armour David is not suitor. As for you, Kevin, I'm impressed you were able to work out my real identity. It wasn't hard, I had a feeling from the start. The answer was right in front of my face the whole time. But your every taunt should have made me that much more certain. The only reason I couldn't be in until now was because I didn't want to accept the truth. Quite. You always were a weakling. You can imagine how surprised I was when you were able to defeat my strongest knight. You're talking about the Blade Lord? What connection does he even have with you anyway? I met him through my work about 6 years ago. We were enemies at the time, but he managed to reach a compromise of sorts. And he felt like he owed a debt as much. Oh, right. So you ended up summoning him in order to repay it? It's a crafty move, but it's not so out of character for you. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. Still, ain't this far. I assume you understand what I'm trying to do. Yes, and I'm ready. Take me away. Wait, what are you two talking about? I would have thought you worked out the answer to that already, Ries. Do you recall what I said before? Kevin wants to be punished. Then you... I was born here in order to give a punishment he strives for every breath. I was that end, I was created phantasm into his current form and welcomed you here. All this was a result of Kevin's desires. He wanted this to happen. You're lying. Sorry, she isn't. I can tell you what all actually happened. What she says is true. No. The 7th plane is likely somewhere made for the express purpose of punishing me over and over. Fitting hell for someone who let his own mother die and killed Rufina to suffer or not. Once I'm dropped down there, it'll all be over. Impossible. I mean, I suppose it makes sense, but I still can't understand why. Ries? What do you think you're doing, Ries? It's not a very nice thing to do to your sister. Shut up! You're not my sister. My sister would never do something like this, never. Ries. You promised me, Kevin. You promised me never do anything that would make Rufina sad. So what do you think you're doing? How can you believe sacrificing yourself for everyone would make her happy? Huh, who are you to say it wouldn't? I might not be the real Rufina, but I'm a very close copy of her. If Kevin wants to be punished, why wouldn't I want to give him his wish? Because that's not how Rufina was at all. She would never indulge him like that. Not in 1,000 years. Think back to when you first met us, Kevin. You gave up in the world like you just wanted to disappear. But did she let you do that? No. She forced chocolate down your throat and dragged you right back into the real world, even when you didn't want to. Whether you liked it or not. She... Well, this is a surprise. You've grown a lot more than I was expecting if you're able to talk back to me. Stop talking to me as if you're my own sister. You are not, and I won't stand for letting you defile her any further. Well, if that's how you want to do things, perhaps I should invite you to in Kevin's place. Me? No! Best you can stand by and watch. What? It's the evil eye. Ries! Stop this, Rafina. She's got nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but she has. Consider this another part of your punishment. After all, if she suffers for all eternity in your place, that's going to make your suffering all the more potent, isn't it? Please. Go ahead and do your worst. Oh? Ries? Drop me wherever you'd like, I'd live. I'm never going to let Kevin be alone again. I will come back to him. Huh. Fighting words, my sweet sister. We shall see whether or not you can make good on them. Kevin? Ha! Wait, is this the Sephiroth ending? Hey. Hey, Ries, keep... Kevin? Ah. You feeling okay? Any pain? No, I'm okay, I think. But why are you... I fell through that crack all alone, so why are you... Big dummy. Me? What were you thinking of all that taunting? Go ahead and do your worst. Drop me wherever you like, I'll live. Just how do you know you'll live? Oh right, you don't. But... You're a squire, aren't you? A rookie like you has no experience or proper judgment, has no business making calls, but puts her own safety at risk. If you can't promise to never do that again, then you and I both know you're not cut out to be part of a Gralsritter. That's probably what I should be saying. But we were rich coming from Mia. So I'll let you off a little bop there. Look around us. This is it, the 7th plane. Wow. Gihana. Gihana. Yeah, it's just like a testament sport to life. And I'm the one responsible for bringing it all in. Oh. After all, there's one place that's possible. It's Phantasma. I don't know how Athena came back, but she did. Both memories and personality intact. And now I have a good fortune of being punished by one of the very people I wronged. I really couldn't think of a more fitting punishment for a bastard like me. Everything she said was dead on. More than everything, I want to get punished. I figured by accepting the punishment, all this would be done and gone. Everyone else would be able to go on with their lives. I thought that I could just be like her, sacrifice my own life, so that everyone else could be saved. That wouldn't make me like her at all, would it? No. She might have given up on her life to save ours, but it wasn't because she was happy to throw it away because her life to protect someone else. It's because she just literally saw no other option. With me unconscious, and she didn't even have the choice to retreat. There's no way to a situation without one or three of us losing our lives. That's the only reason why she chose what she did. Yeah. She never was a kind person who would self-sacrifice. She only accepted it as an option if the others had been exhausted. It's truly only other way. Right. But this time, that's not the case. You're here. I'm here. All our friends are here. Put our heads together, I'm sure we can find another way out of here. One where no one would die. Must have realised that, and you tried to take the easy way out, didn't you? I just hate to say it, but yeah, I did. Pretty shameful thing to do for a Dominion to be doing. See, got no rights into criticising you, and we're less fit to be a knight than you. Still staying around lamenting my own failings isn't going to get us anywhere, so if you're up for walking, let's get ourselves out. Come again? Well, what are you looking so surprised for? You think I was going to stay and accept being punished? In fact, I'll stay here and wait for Athena to show up again. Listen here, Ries. I'm not going to deny there's a part of me, a big part, who wants to be punished. There's a part of me that is overjoyed to see Athena again. But I'm not alone down here. You're here with me, and believe me, that changes everything. As long as you're here, I'm not staying in this hellhole a second longer than I have to. Get out of here, you and me. So it's just the two of us, is it? I think the best thing for me to do right now is probably save a game. I mean, it's for certain. I go into my augments. Divine Eye. Heaven's Eye needs to get replaced with haze, or some kind of haze. Covert is haze and information. That worked fine for me. I'm going to save a game here, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and wonderful day, and bye-bye.